Good night, and welcome to my second ever virtual voice recital, or a voice recital of any kind. And I'm so pleased and happy that you've joined us. I have several pieces tonight, you see listed there, and some variety as I'm learning different kinds of singing. I started taking lessons during the pandemic, and I've continued on, and I'm really enjoying it. These are a list of folks that have helped me, and I will go down the list one by one in a moment. But I had these fun little programs made up just for fun. This year has been all about becoming a better musician, learning to read music off the page rather than just by my ear, improving my sound quality. I'm working on volume, expression, things that I didn't learn so much in a choir setting just because I wasn't performing by myself. So it's very different singing by yourself than singing with a group. When blending is absolutely the key. In a solo, you want to stand out. So this is very new for me. I actually want to do my thank yous first. I'd like to thank my voice teacher, Claire DeVizio, an amazing person and vocalist and musician all around. She's made this fun for me. She challenges me. She always is willing to answer questions and really has taken an interest in helping me become a better musician. I'm just so grateful to her for her help and expertise. I want to thank Peggy Masello. She's not here at the concert tonight, but she was the inspiration for me taking voice lessons in the first place. She knew that I would like it. I wasn't so sure. I held off for a while, but I can already tell it's helping me as a choir member. So I'm so grateful to Peggy, my inspiration. I'm so thankful also for Sharon Panzica, a great friend of mine. She is not only here and has been there in many situations for me as a supportive friend and a confidant and a fun friend, but also is helping with tonight's production, with sound and light and everything. Sharon is always willing to help and be a cheerleader, and she is just a wonderful human being. I'm so grateful that we're friends. I'm grateful for my mom, Melissa Rooks, who is here. Her love of singing and my parents' collective love of classical music probably led me, definitely exposed me to classical music early and made me love music. And Nick Lynn, he is a recent graduate from Northwestern University in vocal performance, and he has helped be kind of a coach and mentor for me preparing to perform, as he has a lot of very recent and current experience doing that, trying out for new parts. He has indeed already been in some operas and some productions and choral performances, which is really amazing considering the time in our lives when he's graduating. He has a great future ahead of him. I'm thankful to our church, First Presbyterian Church of Wilmette. We're filming currently tonight in the chapel. It has terrific acoustics, and we all like to sing there. I'm thankful because I've practiced many times, even when the building was shut down or we weren't using the indoor space. I was always told, Amy, this is your church. You're welcome to sing here. And it's been an escape and a place where I feel at home, outside of my home, but also at home to sing. So without further ado, I present my second ever recital, and we are going to be beginning with the piece called A Clarice. A Clarice means literally to Clarice in French, and Clarice is a person. This is a love song. It's based on a poem written in the 1500s, and music was put to that poem in the 1900s. So it's quite historic. You might hear the word ambroisie in the French version. They're referring to the ambrosia flower, and my character that I'm portraying is in love with Clarice, and I say that not even the most beautiful ambrosia flower compares to the love I see in Clarice's eyes. So here I am trying to convince Clarice of my love for him. The next piece is called All That Matters from the Broadway production of Finding Neverland. And yes, Neverland does have something to do with Peter Pan. I am the mother in this picture, and I have 4 sons. I'm a recent widow, and I'm actually very sick myself. This is actually a true story. It took place in the early 1900s, so there was really nothing that could be done. But you saw another person in that picture, my friend James. He's a playwright, and he's trying to find his next inspiration. He finds his inspiration in myself and my 4 boys, one of whom is Peter. And when he knows of my fate, he creates Neverland for us to imagine and envision me going to. So what could be a very somber story is actually one about victory and celebration of the future that I will have in Neverland. And James, the playwright, takes custody of my children after I go to Neverland, and he writes Peter Pan. So come with me on the emotional journey from despair to celebration in all that matters.
There are days when I feel so afraid I can hardly remember to breathe. When reality crashes in wave after wave, pulling me further beneath. So what's the point of planning for the future if it all can be stolen away? And it's all I can do to hold on and survive, and the colors have faded to gray. But my children need so much more from me, and they give me the strength to go on. Whatever may come, all that matters now is where I go from here. There's an easier way if I live for today. The beating of my heart is all that matters. He makes sense of all of my chaos in ways I can never explain. He turns all of my sadness into a smile. He's helping me live life again. It's the light in the eyes of my children. It's the sound of their laughter once more. It's a glimpse of a life I dared only to dream, and a dream only life could restore. And I know that some may not understand, but He's guided me safely to shore, not afraid anymore. All that matters now is where I go from here. There's an easier way if I live for today. The singing in my heart is all that matters. It takes me far away. There's an easier way if I live for today. The singing in my heart is all that matters.
The next piece is called I'm Not Broken. It comes from an organization called 90 and 9, and the 90 and 9 stands for the biblical story of a shepherd having 100 sheep and 99 are safely accounted for. What does the shepherd do? He goes and he looks for the one sheep who is missing. Now, this organization is an outreach organization to people who don't fit in or have had substance abuse or mental health issues, any kind of rough times, and they need a place to belong. And they have created the show, The Fighter. It's not about a boxer. It's about getting through life's difficult times. And if we have not collectively realized what a difficult time we've had in the past 20 months, this is the most globally challenging time, certainly during my lifetime. And I feel like this piece really applies to the time that we've dealt with COVID. So I hope that it touches you. I also hope that it reaches you on an individual level. It certainly does me. I fought anorexia for 21 years, and I am living here to tell about it, which is really a miracle. And so I am not broken is a profound proclamation that I can make, because of the mental illnesses, anorexia has the highest mortality rate at over 10%. I was in treatment so many times and was so ill that I nearly didn't make it myself, and I lost many friends. But I am here today, and I'm here to proclaim that I am not broken. So I thank you for just putting one foot in front of the other throughout this last almost 2 years of COVID. And then through any journey and any challenge that you've had in your own life, thank you for being a fighter. The song is composed by Nicholas Day. He sent me the music himself, as I couldn't find it online. Pretty special.
I can feel a hole inside my heart, 1,000 missing pieces lost and torn apart. Heavy teardrops covering my eyes. I stumble through the darkness looking for the light. I don't know how long this will last, but I'll keep fighting to the very end. I may be bruised, but I'm not broken. I may be tired, but I'm alive. And I will live with arms wide open. This heart can love. I'm not broken. There's a day when all our hearts will mend. The pieces we've been missing will be restored again. But till that day, I'll take the parts of me, the ones I've held together, and see where love will lead. I didn't choose to live the life I live, but I will choose to make the most of it. I may be bruised, but I'm not broken. I may be tired, but I'm alive. And I will live with arms wide open. This heart can love. I'm not broken. I may be bruised, but I'm not broken. I may be tired, but I'm alive. And I will
I'm showing some pictures here of Krista Chenoweth, who is a Broadway superstar. And if you've seen Wicked, you have seen her. If you've seen many, many musicals, you have seen her. She is a tiny blonde soprano, very famous and extremely talented. And the following song was written for her. It is called The Girl in 14G. 14G being an apartment. She's coming from a small town, which is a true story in her life. She lived in Oklahoma, and she moves to New York City. And this is a story of her moving into a high-rise apartment 14G and what happened after she moves in, and she comes into a few surprises. This is quite a piece, and no one does it like Kristen, so I'll just do it like myself. Enjoy.
You know, when I first moved to New York, I couldn't get any sleep. I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized it's loud, with people honking and yelling at each other in the streets. And then there are apartments and neighbors. Just moved in to 14G, so cozy, calm, and peaceful. Heaven for a mouse like me, with quiet by the leaseful. Pets are banned, parties too, and no solicitations. Window seat with garden views, a perfect nook to read a book. I'm lost in my Jane Austen when I hear say it isn't so, not the flat below. From the opera wannabe in 13G, a matinee of some cantata, Wagner's Rank or Traviata. My first night in 14G, I'll put up with Puccini, brew myself a cup of tea, crochet until she's feeny, 8:30 and not a peep, except the clock tick-tocking. Now I lay me down to sleep, a comfy bed to rest my head, a stretch, a yawn, I'm almost gone then. Ski, bop, bop, you just speed annoyed and flirt, na 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 na, woo! Not the girl upstairs wakes me unawares, blowing down from 15G, her reveille. She's getting like her name is Ella. Guess who answers acapella? Do Floyd boy. Oh, oh. Do Floyd boy. Oh, oh. I'm not one to raise my voice, make a fuss, or speak my mind, but might I query, would you mind if, could you kindly stop? That felt good. Stop. 14G, a most unlikely trio, not quite 3-part harmony, all down the
because we're in the holiday season, I definitely wanted to include a holiday piece, and I've always wanted to sing "O Holy Night." It's usually done as a solo, and I've not been in a situation where I've had the opportunity to do a solo like this on, say, Christmas Eve or something. So here is my version of "O Holy Night." Happy holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. I wish you the best.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth.
Okay. All right, my encore is actually prepared. It is called Aux Champs-Élysées, and I'm singing it just because it's fun, just because it's super fun, written in the 70s style, and I love speaking French. So this is about the Champs-Élysées in Paris, France. Everyone has to take a stroll down the Champs-Élysées who visits. The Arc de Triomphe is what you're seeing in the backdrop, and it is said that day or night, you can have anything you want on the Champs-Élysées.
Je baladais sur l'avenue, le cœur ouvert à la gare. Je vais aller te dire bonjour, n'importe qui, c'est pour toi, je t'ai dit n'importe quoi. Il suffisait de te parler pour t'apprivoiser. Oh, Champs-Élysées, oh, Champs-Élysées. Au soleil, sur la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs-Élysées. Tu m'as dit j'ai rendez-vous de son sous-sol avec des feux, un jeu de la guitare, un matin soir, un matin. Alors je t'ai accompagné, un an chanté, un an dansé, un an de marre, un temps passé, à s'embrasser. Oh, Champs-Élysées, oh, Champs-Élysées. Au soleil, sur la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs-Élysées. Hier un soir, des inconnus, et ce matin sur l'avenue, des amoureux, tu dis, voilà la grenouille. Allez-toi là, la cocotte, on orchestre met le code, tous les oiseaux du point du jour chantent à l'amour. Oh, Champs-Élysées, oh, Champs-Élysées. Au soleil, sur la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs-Élysées.
Thanks again, and joy, peace, prosperity, hope, love, all the good things for you in 2022. Cheers, everyone.